The red wine hit my face before I even processed what she said. The entire restaurant froze. My wife didn't apologize.
Before
She
I
laughed.
even knew what was happening, red wine was stinging my eyes. It dripped down my chin, staining the brand new white shirt I'd bought myself for my birthday. My wife, Natalie, had called it unnecessarily extravagant. Now she was using it as her personal canvas for humiliation. The entire restaurant fell silent. Everyone stared. Everyone except Natalie. She was laughing. A sharp, cruel sound that echoed in the quiet room. She held the empty wine glass like a weapon, as if deciding whether to reload. "Why are you always such an idiot?" she sneered, loud enough for half the restaurant to hear. Her friends giggled nervously, not because it was funny, but because they were afraid of her. That was Natalie, daughter of a corporate giant, a queen bee who ruled through fear. And my crime? I'd simply corrected her about which vineyard we stayed at in Napa, a minor detail. For 7 years, I'd learned what set her off: being questioned, being challenged, being seen as anything less than perfect. She didn't want a husband. She wanted a prop. As the wine soaked into my collar, something inside me shifted. I wanted to scream, to throw a glass back, to make a scene. Instead, I just placed my napkin on the table and stood up to leave. "Oh, look, now he's going to pout," she scoffed. I didn't look back. By the time I reached my car, the burning humiliation was gone, replaced by a cold, sharp clarity. For years, I had made excuses for her. She just has a strong personality, I'd tell myself. But tonight I saw it for what it was. She enjoyed hurting me. Back in her house, really, I went to my small office, the one she used as a closet overflow. I opened a notebook and started writing, not a letter, but a list. Every insult she'd ever disguised as a joke. Every time she'd belittled my work in front of our friends. Every single act of cruelty, big and small. 7 years of it poured onto the pages. I wasn't writing for revenge. I was writing to finally see the truth for myself. Around midnight she came home, expecting me to be sulking. When she saw me awake at my desk, she smirked. "Oh, come on, you're not still upset about that, are you?" "It was just a joke." I held up the notebook. "It's a list," I said. "A list of what?" she asked, her laugh suddenly sounding forced. "Everything." Her face twisted with anger. "You're being unbelievable." I looked at her, my voice quiet but firm. "What's unbelievable is how long I let this go on." She stormed off to the guest room. And that night, I slept better than I had in years. The next morning, I went to the bank. I opened my own account and moved exactly half of our joint savings into it, my legal share. Then I froze the joint credit card. By noon, my phone was exploding with her texts. "Why is my card declined? Ethan, what did you do?" When I got home, she was pacing like a caged animal. "You moved OU our money without asking me?" she yelled. "It's my half," I said calmly, "over one little joke." That's when I took out my phone and pressed play. A video filled the room of her throwing wine in my face, calling me an idiot, her friends' nervous laughter. "Who recorded this?" she demanded, her voice shaking. "One of your friends," I replied. "Someone who finally saw enough." She looked terrified. "Delete it," she snapped. "No," I said. A few days later she came home, pale and trembling. "The firm put me on administrative leave," she whispered. "That video. It's everywhere. I just looked at her. I didn't post it." "Then who did?" she hissed. I said, "Maybe someone who saw your real face." For the first time, she had no snappy comeback. While she scrambled to save her reputation, I met with a lawyer. And that's when we found it. A secret offshore account with $3 million, a clear violation of our prenup. Her powerful father demanded a meeting. He wanted this to go away quietly, offering me a huge settlement. I refused. "I don't want your money," I told him. "I just want out." The shock on his face was almost comical. When I got home, Natalie was waiting. "You turned down the settlement?" she asked, baffled. "I never wanted your family's influence," I said. Then I asked her, "Who is Andrew Kennedy?" The color drained from her face. "He was her fiancé before me. He left her 3 weeks before the wedding, not because of cold feet, but because he saw the real her. 3 weeks later, we signed the divorce papers. For what it's worth, she mumbled. I'm sorry, not for everything, but for enough. I just nodded. Goodbye, Natalie. 6 months later, I was standing in my own office, overlooking the city skyline. I had just won a major architecture project, all on my own merit, with no connections, no one tearing me down. A friend texted me, asking if I was celebrating. I looked out at the view, feeling lighter than I had in a decade. Wine washes out. But freedom is permanent. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even. It's becoming the person they never thought you could be. Thanks for watching.